In 2026, theaters will debut Michael, a film that has already secured its place as one of the most highly anticipated biopics of the decade. Behind the project is producer Graham King, who has spent years refining a specific formula for turning the lives of music megastars into cinematic events. King established the blueprint for this success in 2018 with Bohemian Rhapsody, which earned 4 Oscars and more than $900 million at the global box office. Analysts expect Michael to exceed those figures, pointing to a global fan base that has only grown more active since the singer's death in 2009. By combining a proven production model with the world's most recognizable pop star, the studio is positioning the film to reach a scale that very few biopics ever achieve. Today, the Michael Jackson industry is more lucrative than ever. He currently draws 64.8 million monthly listeners on Spotify, supporting a massive business that includes Tony-winning Broadway shows and a decade-long residency in Las Vegas. Yet that popularity exists alongside the severe child abuse allegations that shadowed Jackson throughout the latter half of his life. When the project was announced, the filmmakers initially signaled they would address this tension. In 2024, Graham King promised that the movie would, quote, get into all of it. This intent was reflected in early script drafts, which reportedly dedicated a significant portion of the final act to the 1993 scandal involving Jordan Chandler. By marketing the film as an authentic exploration of a flawed man, the production team elevated expectations, framing the movie as a definitive historical statement rather than a simple celebration. This promise of authenticity immediately collided with the cultural impact of Leaving Neverland, an Emmy-winning documentary that detailed child abuse allegations just months before the biopic was greenlit. The Jackson estate, acting as co-producers on the film, has consistently dismissed documentaries like Leaving Neverland as one-sided hit pieces while firmly maintaining Jackson's innocence. The director of that documentary, Dan Reed, challenged the film's narrative after reading an early script. He publicly criticized the draft for containing what he described as outright lies regarding the Jordan Chandler case. The estate responded with aggressive legal pushback, dismissing Reed's criticisms as irrelevant and speculative assertions. These clashes highlighted a central conflict. The creative team's desire for a dramatic Hollywood narrative was at odds with an estate that is legally and financially incentivized to protect a multi-billion-dollar image. After the main filming was complete, the estate's lawyers identified a fatal legal problem buried in Jackson's past. Jackson's 1994 out-of-court settlement with Jordan Chandler included a strict condition: Chandler cannot be portrayed or referred to in any film. This clause effectively neutralized the original script. Because the filmmakers could not legally reference the accuser, the entire third act had to be scrapped. To fix the narrative, the production team underwent 22 days of emergency reshoots in June 2025, pushing the release date back a full year and adding an estimated $10 to $15 million to the budget. Variety reports that the Jackson estate settled this $15 million bill themselves, treating the cost of the reshoots as a necessary expense to ensure the controversial 1990s were kept off the screen. The resulting film now follows a much safer narrative arc, focusing on Jackson's early rise and his struggle for independence from his father. The story ends abruptly in 1988 at the height of the Bad Tour. By stopping there, the movie avoids the 1990s entirely, leaving subsequent scandals out of frame. To manage the fallout of this change, the studio is now framing the truncated story as Part 1, leaving the door open for a sequel that may never materialize. This pivot recontextualizes the project as the newest pillar of a multi-billion-dollar effort to rehabilitate the singer's image for a new generation. Ultimately, Michael demonstrates that when Hollywood ambition meets an ironclad legal gag order, the historical record can be bought, paid for, and rewritten for the silver screen.